Good morning, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are live here in Michigan. Um, my co-host Paul Hodges, I do not believe is going to be here this morning, although he did indicate that maybe he would check in. But it's Thursday morning, a bitterly cold morning. So let me put the link in here if anybody would like to join me on the panel so that I'm not sitting here and talking to myself. Uh, yeah, and I invite each and every one of you to go ahead and join if you can. And I'm going to pin that up there to the top. Pin the message. All right, so it should be pinned up at the top of the chat. You'll see a link that will allow you to click on that. And like I say, you can come on with your camera. And if you don't have a camera, you can come on with just your voice. You select down in the bottom of stream time, in the bottom of the box, it says whether or not you want to join with video or not. And everybody's welcome. We don't discriminate for those that do not want to be on camera. Mike Rennick is first. Good morning, Mike. I hope you and Albert are doing well. I did a ship video just after sunset last night down on the water. It was the block. And the interesting part is what I did it with the Nano Plus. And I think it turned out fairly well. I could have probably done it with my Air 2S, but I was looking for the clarity and the crispness that I seem to get in low light situations with the Autel Nano Plus. So that's what I did. Sarah, good morning to you, my dear. Is today the day you're going to join the panel? I hope. Sarah, I hope you're feeling better every day that passes. I know that it's been a burden to you and the family for you getting the COVID and having to self-isolate yourself at home. That's tough. My heart goes out to you, and I really do hope that you're feeling much better soon. I know that it comes in increments, little stages, but I'm hopeful that you get over it as fast as possible. But yeah, I flew the Autel Nano, and it went, I thought, fairly well. I'm still getting used to the sticks and getting used to, because I'm not using what I'm using is a Tab A Lite little tablet on the controller, and it's not the easiest to see, or in total darkness it's great, but when you got a little bit of light behind you or whatever, I'm having trouble judging distance. So when I do the pan across the front, I'm a little bit out further than I should be. Oh, Sarah, let's hope and keep our fingers crossed. Sarah's at urgent care. Everybody have a happy thought for Sarah. She's at urgent care waiting for her test results, so that if she gets a negative test results, that means she can go back to work tomorrow and rejoin society. But anyway, yeah, the Nano performed well. It wasn't very windy, and I just have to keep remembering to switch it over to the ludicrous mode, and that allows me to get some definite speed out of it. Um, let me see if I can find it's the Joseph block. Okay. Let me see if I can find the video. And I'll let you guys see it. I'll skip through it a little bit, but give you guys an idea of the difference in the videos that I take in low light. With the subject being lower light than normal, but as you can see, the background is going to be brighter, lighter than the nighttime, but still you can see, well, let you guys judge. And I hope you enjoy. This is all taken with the Autel Nano Plus. The camera on that just seems to be fantastic as far as I'm concerned for the lower light. There's somebody up here on the deck, looks like they're on their cell phone. That little shutter you see on all of my videos, I think that that's probably my editing software. Because it seems every time you get to about 2 minutes, I get this little stutter. But as you can see, I'm a little bit further away from the ship than normally I would be. And on the screen, on the little tab A, I didn't want to get too close. Joseph L. Block very rarely comes over to this side of the Great Lakes. It normally is hauling iron ore from up Superior down to Gary, Indiana, down through Lake Michigan. As you can see, boy, I tell you, the clarity is pretty nice on that. So that was the block coming downbound. Hey, Ron. Yeah, we'll keep our fingers crossed, definitely, Sarah, for you, waiting for your information. As far as your recent test for COVID, just make sure that you're over or past, so that you can get back to work and back to your normal things you like to do. So maybe Ron is going to join me. I don't know how busy he is. I know he's got to go over and over to the store and help unload the truck. But he's 2 hours, I think. Yeah, 2 hours difference. So it's 9:11, 7:11, 6:11 a.m. there. So I'm sure he's not going to the store yet. All right. Sarah is negative. All right, all right, all right. Good for you, Sarah. That means that life goes on back the way it was. Good for you. Good for you, Sarah. Glad to hear that. And here comes Justin, your hubby.
Good morning, Paul.
Did you see Sarah put in the chat? She's negative.
You talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh no, I can't see the chat. She just called
Sarah
me.
said she just put in the chat. She's just got tested and she tested negative.
Yeah, she called me right before I got on here.
Oh yeah, yeah. Isn't that great? That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Get back to some semblance of normal there, huh?
Yeah, because my youngest, as much as I love cuddling with her at night, she won't get off of me and pushes me off the bed. So she just wants to lay on top of me all night. So.
Well,
but she's a daddy's girl. So.
Daddy's girl, and besides that, you know, anytime normalcy changes, especially for younger kids, it makes them much more nervous, much more insecure, and so it makes it tough. And we are joined by Ron.
Morning.
Morning, Mr. Ron.
Morning, guys. How is everybody?
Good. How are you?
Good, good. Just doing. Looks good.
Trying to get the fucking paperwork caught up because she didn't give me all the paperwork for Davenport, and it turns out there's due dates that are due in 2 days.
Oh wow!
They're supposed to be done a week ahead of time, and she told me, she was like, "Did you give me all the paperwork for Davenport?" I said, "Yeah, it never leaves my box in my truck. I don't take it in the house. I don't do nothing with it." And she was like, "Oh, I screwed up." I was like, "Uh-oh, what happened?" So now I'm rushing to get these 2 pages done, but luckily, you know, it's like 30 addresses on one street, so I'm able to wipe them out pretty fast.
Yeah.
So I'm almost done with both sheets.
Any sign of the herd, Ron?
Yeah, they were here last night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were they pretty friendly?
Camera shot.
Yeah, they sometimes they do that. You know,
I think they're like AZ though. They don't want to be put on a live. It seems like every time you're on a live, they don't want to come.
Yeah. No, I'm just sitting here this morning. I'm playing around with Luminar Neo and Topaz Labs AI denoise and AI sharpen. And I'm still in the, what do they call it, the trial phase where when you save the image, you get a watermark on it until you buy it. So like I said, I'm just in a, but let me show you what I'm doing. This is just I was at Don's house one day and I was kind of demonstrating my camera to him, and there was a blue jay sitting out on the porch, and I just hurry up, shot the picture. Didn't, you know, try and, you know, expose or sharp, nothing. You know, I just hurry up, boom. I was just showing him actually the rapid fire, how fast that camera can. Yeah. But anyway, I saved one of the image, and it being that it's kind of a crappy image, I use that as an example of
What can be done, right?
What can be done, exactly. And let me see if share. Okay. Here's the original.
You can always crop watermarks out if it doesn't distort your video at all.
Now,
I've done it.
I don't know if you can see my full screen, but there's the original image. It's kind of dark,
Yep.
a little blurry. Here's what I've worked on so far. Brightened it up. I said it's got this watermark on it. Can you see the second image?
I'm still looking at the first image, I think.
Oh, okay. Let me share.
Ron, you really need to do yourself a coffee table book.
What's that?
A coffee table book
Oh,
with your
here's
image.
the second one I'm kind of working on it a little, just to see.
Okay.
But I think it looks a lot better. It has that watermark on it.
Yeah, it does look a lot better.
Yeah.
You know, and a little bit more tweaking, maybe kind of brighten up his beak a little bit. And
Yeah.
Oh, they put that big ass watermark right between your picture. Jesus.
yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say if it was on the very bottom, just a little tiny one, you could always crop it out. But
No, they've figured that out, Justin.
Oh yeah.
Well, Sarah, you deserve to be happy. You know, you got to put that all behind you now. Move forward, march on.
Yeah, it almost as bad as I feel bad for her. I mean, she just started the job.
Yep.
Got taken off orientation, put in place, and it sounds like exactly what happened to me. You know, with my job, and first time I was in Rapid City, I was here 2 weeks, and boss called and said, "Hey, you're doing really great," because it was within the same corporation, just a different city. And he wanted to take me off orientation. He goes, "If you're good, I'm good." I'm like, "Okay." He goes, "Well, Monday morning, go start as a regular person." I'm like, "Okay." Well, I screwed that up 2 hours later. We were told to move all this gym equipment out of a room and move all the medical lockers into that room, as we're moving this old 200-pound treadmill. It was almost like they had super thin, like that indoor outdoor carpeting, it's almost like paper thin, but it enables you to slide things. So we had the treadmill up on its side and we're sliding it. I was backstepping, dragging. The other guy was pushing.
Okay.
And he lost his balance and he tripped, which knocked me off balance, and I fell directly on my hind end. Treadmill fell on me, and then he launched forward, all 245 pounds of him, and fell on.
Hey, there's my co-host, Paul Hodges.
Yeah.
On the road again.
On the road again.
We're waiting for audio to connect. Can you hear us, Paul?
Well, working on it.
Oh, yeah, we can hear you too.
Okay, I just got to change it to Galley View or something, wherever it is.
Yeah, you swipe. I think you swipe it.
Oh, well. Anyways, we're on the road.
You got your Tim Hortons, I hope.
Now, how's this one?
Your video went off, Paul. But we can hear you.
Oh, lost him completely.
Nope, he's gone. Well, that's a problem when you're going, you experience that when you're on the road and the signal's kind of in and out and in and out.
Yeah. And the rest of that story was all that the treadmill and him crashed on me. About 450 pounds come down on top of me, and I completely smashed my L2 vertebrae.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how long did it take to get over that?
It was pushing 4 months.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's still not right. It was almost 4 months before I could get back to work.
Well, the sad part is, Ron, is if that happened to an average person that wasn't medically trained, or knowing that it makes a difference that you have to exercise all the time to maintain, you could be in a wheelchair or at least crutches or a cane or whatever.
When I saw that MRI, and I'm not real super good at reading X-rays or any kind of radiology, but I could see it. I'm like, oh, that's screwed up. And the doctor told me, he said, your career is probably done. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
And I said, Doc, for once in my life, I will listen 100%. Tell me what to do. Please fix me. So I kind of liked his approach. Let's go on baby steps. Let's start you out on physical therapy. He gave me this, which most people hate, physical therapists. They cause you pain. I'm enjoying it. Yeah. But 3 months with her, she put me through hell. And same thing I've been trying to tell Adrian, since his accident. One of the things she told me was, for the rest of your life, she goes, exercise and keep your upper back really strong. There's about 3 different exercises I do at the gym. And you can tell I've got a lot of solid muscle in my upper back, but it takes pressure off your lower back. And when I don't exercise that, I notice the pain starts to come back. So yeah, I try to stay on it pretty good.
Have you ever tried one of those back inverters, Ron? I was always curious about that.
We have one at work, and it makes me goofier than what I already am. I go upside down and I get all goofy.
Does it feel good though after you do it?
Yeah. Like I said, just in my head, I can't take that blood flow rush to my head. But it does, it's a good way to stretch that. One of the things I do is I'll take a 45-pound plate at the gym, lay on a bench, and I take this plate and I stretch it way over my head and behind my back, and it stretches your abs, stretches your back. It's a good stretching thing. I'm not into the muscle building anymore. I'm just into stay in shape. If I don't, my job will be done.
Well, you guys probably heard about my inversion table drama about 2 years ago, 3 years ago, back when they, I used to see the guy on TV doing the inversion table stuff, and I ordered one, and I got it, and I set it just right over here, and put my legs in there.
I know what's coming. Lynn had to come rescue me.
Yeah, and I thought I had it balanced, and I went back and I got about like this level, and I went boom, my legs up in the air, and no matter what I tried to do, I could not get uninverted, and there was just me and the dogs are looking at me like, "What the hell are you doing?" And they come over and lick my face, and I so finally what I was able to do is, it's got these clamps that go around your ankles. I was able to stretch my feet enough to get them out of there, slip out, and I went right back to the ground, and the inversion part goes boom, right back up again. I called that company up and said, there's nowhere in here that it says anything about you shouldn't do this without having a spotter or somebody to help you or whatever. I live alone, and I spend all these hundreds of dollars on this inversion table, and they sent me a slip to send it back and gave me a full refund.
Really? Yeah, do not try this at home.
Yes, I tell you what, that was scary.
I missed that. What'd you get? I missed that. You got stuck on it?
Yeah, I got stuck in the inverted position, and I couldn't because of my weight. When I got stuck, the weight was all down at the bottom, and no matter how much I pulled on the handles to get up straight, I couldn't get up.
What, did Lynn have to come help you?
No, I didn't have a phone or anything with me or anything. There I was, and the dogs are kind of like looking at me like, what the hell are you doing? And the blood's rushing to your head, and you start then to heavy breathing. And so I was able to screech around my ankles to get them out of the restraints and slid right down the back of that back and hit the floor. Boom.
Oh man. Well, it's like when you weight lift, right? You shouldn't do that stuff by yourself.
Nope, not always have a spotter but it nowhere did it talk about, because in all of their advertising, it shows how he just snaps himself in and inverts himself and how easy it is and how you can just by moving your arms, whether or not you go back or you go forward. Nope.
You know how the pitchmen are, though.
Yep. But the only other inversion thing is my first wife got into inversion boots where you put them around your ankles. They're like the top end of a good sized boot, and they got hooks on the front of them. And you used to put this bar in the doorway, and then you'd grab it, flip yourself up, and hook on to the bar, and then you'd ease yourself back down and stretch. It was entertaining on my end too, because she used to do it in the nude. It was like a fresh meat.
Oh my God, this fucking traffic.
Ron just came in and gave us just a minute. I don't know whether he's going outside. Maybe the herd's back. So Paul, wait, are you in line at Hortons or are you moving?
Oh, I'm moving. I'm almost to shedding already.
Oh, now that's where you're going to do a sign, or are you going to do an aerial?
Oh no, I got to go to Muirkirk. I'm a good 3/4 of an hour away from there yet. But yeah, I was like,
Yep, you
came
froze.
on and my supposed to be, cutting trees down and doing that drain this morning, eh?
Yeah.
But what the problem was, the people that are gonna dig the hole to put Bonnie in, there was a question about the plot, but it was funny because they had to call my sister Diane because apparently she owns the plot. I went, what? I thought, because we had mom and dad, Diane, and then me, right?
Right.
But apparently Diane's is the owner of all 4 plots, even though mom and dad bought them. So
Yeah,
they
well,
had
that was kind of smart, would be to have the surviving family member be in charge of the plots, because otherwise they come up with the deceased.
Yeah. Well, it's not a problem. It just, they just had to verify it. That's all.
Yeah.
Well, the sad thing is, though, too, is if you don't keep that up with your next generation below you, graves get forgotten. Families don't know about them. I mean, you gotta make sure your kids know about it and all that other stuff.
Well, there's paper trails, but they're going to bury Bonnie just where a marker would go on the gravesite. They're just going to bury her just a few inches before it, right?
Yeah.
So then when I pass away, they know where she is, right?
Right.
So.
Well, let's hope that's not for a long while, Paul.
Yeah, I hope so too. But
Ron, you were dancing around there. Did you have a herd sighting or?
No,
Oh.
well, believe it or not, I took a picture of a robin, the first one I've seen this year.
First robin of spring.
Could this be a sign?
oh, for a month.
In fact.
Oh, I found a place in my town, Ron, where it's actually fenced off, and I guess it's a bald eagle nesting site. And it's like you're not allowed to go in there or anything, or fly over it or anything.
Oh, I forgot to tell you guys the other news. Ugh. Yesterday, what was it, about 2-3 months ago, we were in Fargo and taxiing up to the runway, got the clearance to go, and all of a sudden I heard the pilots calling back to the tower saying we've got some problems. there was a gigantic golden eagle on the runway, and would not move. Challenged the aircraft, put his wings out like this, all pissed off, and and Tanner, the one, it just so happens Tanner was the pilot, the main pilot, and so he revved up the engines, made it really loud to where, and actually used the wind to see if he could, kind of get it to, go away. Oh no, it got more pissed off. It took us 10 minutes. Well, it took us like 10 minutes to get that damn eagle off the runway. Well, that's no longer a problem.
Oh, somebody hit it.
We did.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
I'm not sure if it's the same eagle, but anyhow, they were taken off out of Fargo yesterday, and a damn eagle, it was a golden eagle, flew up and hit the wing, put about a 1.5 foot dent in the left wing. We are going to be out of service for some time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Of
Not
course,
good.
it killed the eagle, right?
Oh God, yeah. There was, guts and glory all over the place. Apparently it wasn't pretty, but they said the dent in the wing is pretty significant.
Oh, yeah, that's structural damage. Boy, you've got to go through inspections and repairs and all kinds of stuff. It isn't just like you take it to the body shop.
No. No. And it's nothing that's going to be done, in a week's time. Yeah.
Now, what would they do? Bring another aircraft in to cover your area, or
We don't have a spare.
don't have a spare?
No.
Well, maybe they'll get smart enough to figure maybe we ought to have a spare somewhere we could rotate around different places.
Yeah. I've been on them about, like I said, just asking about it, and, it's not like it's cheap. But
No, but it isn't cheap for them to be down without an aircraft for probably, by the time it's all said and done with FAA inspections and everything, close to a month.
oh, easy. Yeah. Yeah.
Where, if they bought another aircraft and financed it, it's just an additional charge on everything, for the whole period of time. Where
Right.
now there's like zero income coming from that location.
That's it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I guess that's penny foolish and pound friendly, or whatever.
Yeah.
That's too bad. And I feel bad for the Golden Eagle. There was
Yeah.
just a news report out today that we are in danger worldwide of a whole group of reptiles becoming extinct.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Yeah, well, when you got countries like China and India and all these countries that don't give two craps about the environment,
Yep.
it's kind of crap to get.
Well, that plus, it's just like they're doing with the elephants in Africa. I think if you're out there illegally poaching elephants in Africa, it should be on the spot death penalty. Just boom. You're not
Yeah.
going to do it again. Because I can't imagine a world where we don't have elephants, where we don't have, some of the serpents and some of the reptiles I'm not all that fond of, but God, they've been here for millenniums. And, it's like, I guess over in Southeast Asia, the Gila monster, which is a big reptile, I guess is really right on the brink of extinction because everybody just kills them.
Well, it's like Japan needs to do something about hunting dolphins and whales too. They
Yep.
need to stop doing that.
Yep.
But they still allow their fishermen to do it. That's what I'm saying. It's like, I understand not going absolutely ape shit with environmental laws, but there do
Right.
need to be some basic laws set up.
Well, there's common sense doesn't seem to reign
Right.
anymore at any level.
Well, I mean, in the U.S., we do pretty good. You know, we have sanctuaries, and there's there's a lot of laws for certain animals that if you fucking touch them, that's it. Your ass is in trouble.
Yep. Well, Ron does pretty good with the bears and ice, you know, icy bears.
That I do. You know, I'm kind of, I don't know, kind of disheartened a little bit with this whole economy. And I really had dreams, you know, when I moved here in September and realized how much closer I am to Yellowstone and places like that, that I had planned on taking a lot more trips that direction because there's a Facebook page. You have to join it. It's called Wyoming Through the Lens.
Uh-huh.
And it's I don't think you have to necessarily live in Wyoming, but all your photographs must be from Wyoming. And some of the people that the bear and cub pictures that they get in Yellowstone and Grand Tetons National Park are just, you know, and I had dreams this spring and summer of doing a lot of that, but it's not that I can't, but it's a little bit too damn expensive, you know, to be driving there. And yeah, I'm kind of bummed. I'll make it this year, but you know.
Well, the sad part of it is what you don't plan on. It's like I tell, you know, kind of half-assed jokingly, but half-assed serious. You know, if you know me, I like to talk to people. And in the store, if I see some young, like a cashier or somebody working in the store, and they're overly friendly, well, how can I help you with it? And you get a little bit of short conversation with them. I say, young man or young lady, I says, take it from me, don't get old. Whatever anybody tells you about the golden years, the older you get, the harder it gets. So stay as young as you can for as long as you can and enjoy your life.
Here's my proof.
I'm still 22. What are you talking about?
There you go. Oh, look at there's the one he just shot, Paul. Can you see it?
Yeah. He's up on
Oh,
the
yeah.
roof.
Picture.
That's the first robin of spring.
Yeah, that I've seen. Yeah. The camera, I think, focused more on the edge of the garage. He's a little soft in focus, but
Yeah, but you know what? The transition from the edge of the garage all the way past him and then into the background, that is pretty astronomical because, you know, I don't like photographs where it's focused on just the bird and then even in the foreground is blurry.
yeah. Well, look at how the camera it picked up the.
Yep, picked up the grain. Yep, I think that's a great picture.
Yeah, it turned out okay. Again, I was just hurry up, ran out there and shoot, you know.
Yep,
Oh.
yep. Well, Marshall, what you may not have heard is that Sarah has now just been retested for COVID and she is now negative. So it's a little bit of a celebration for the Stickley family.
Yeah, that's pretty good, eh?
Yep. Sarah is happy.
Hey, Paul Hodges.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, I was kind of nice and choked up on that picture yesterday. But did I hear you say your brother made another version of it?
What's that?
Did I hear you say yesterday your brother made another version of that picture?
No. It's a different type of picture altogether. No.
Oh, okay.
Well, he was doing a picture of just you, wasn't he? Of just Ron?
Yeah, well, because what I did, Ron, was I told my brother you're paramedic on a helicopter. So I think you're doing one with just you in a helicopter or something.
Oh, really? That'd be neat.
But he also, I think what you had intimated too, maybe he was going to do one of Ron with the deer and his rifle.
No, it's just you do one. He started on one was up with a helicopter and Ron. That's all
Okay.
I know.
Okay.
What about
Oh.
Ron doing the helicopter?
Ron's not doing the helicopter.
But anyway, say good old farmers are out right now. Holy mackerel! Starting to work the fields here.
Are they?
Paul, I'll do that PayPal thing this morning.
Oh, no rush. Whenever you got time. I'm not in a big rush.
You said send it to you, correct?
Yeah, just send it because if you want to do PayPal, just send it to me, and then
Okay.
pay it, Rick. Not a big deal.
Okay.
So did you, Ron, did you officially show it to your friend yet?
No.
Oh, so it's going to be a big surprise. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to go to Gillette later on today and go to Walmart and
You sent it to his daughter or something, didn't you?
yeah, I did show it to his daughter,
Yeah.
but her and I keep a lot of secrets.
And what did she think?
Oh, she thought it was awesome. Yeah. She goes, he'll absolutely love it.
Good morning, Rodney Bell is in the chat. Hey, Rodney.
Big sexy.
I'm big.
I'm sorry. That's gonna stick with me. My
I
buddy.
think Rodney's at work. Usually he pops in here at work every once in a while. Rodney, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. And Rodney, if you ever get a chance, you're always welcome just to join the panel, whether it's for a minute or two, or 5 or 10 minutes, or 5 or 6 hours. I don't care. You're always welcome, Rodney.
Rodney,
When did they?
I was gonna say Rodney, Paul Drumbaum, and Dennis Lovelady were the second, third, and fourth YouTubers I ever met in person.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the first one I ever met was big dude, huge dude.
Kai?
No. God, I can't think of his name. He's a traveling CT tech. And he was on a 13-week assignment out in Oregon
Oh,
or Washington. And we're on a motorcycle trip. I met up with him. And we rode with him. He joined our group for a couple days. Yeah. Oh, damn it. Why can't I think of his name? Anyhow, yeah. Dennis, Paul, and Rodney came to Sportsman Show in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, where I was working the booth for my guiding boss.
yeah. Dennis, Paul, and Big Sexy, is that the
Big
one?
Sexy. And the next morning, got to meet one more. We met Mikey from Philadelphia.
Yeah, you sat in his kitchen, I remember.
Kitchen. They say he said that was one of his biggest, most viewed live streams.
Well, sure.
Oh God, we got a
I've never met Michael in person, but over the years we've become friends. And but he's a wild man.
He is. He does some things that
he's got a heart of gold, and it's a big heart.
It is. Like I said he does some things he shouldn't do, but deep down, I actually got to sit down with him several times. I actually went back down there later that week at 2:30 in the morning to do some night photography in Philadelphia. That week I was there, and he's like, "Call me." I did. He was up.
Oh, Rodney just answered you and says, "Are you talking about Nacho?"
Nacho, yes. Yep, Nacho Roland.
Yep.
Yep. I couldn't think of his name. Yeah.
I guess his first name is Dennis.
Dennis. Yeah.
You should have saw Ron when he met me. He was so starstruck.
I don't think that's quite the way Ron remembers it.
Matter of fact, the sad part is Ron don't remember at all. When he said, "Don't you remember meeting me last year?" I'm like, No, I don't.
Yeah, because I even came out of the restaurant all pissed off, and I yelled over at Ron in the parking lot. I was like, "Don't go in there. They're a bunch of dickheads." And he remembered that once I reminded him of it.
Yeah, yeah. But I didn't realize that was who you were.
School buses just went the other direction. Must be heading to the yard to get fixed or something.
Yeah, but Philly Drone Life, he's hilarious, and
Yeah. Like I said, I talked to him, for several hours. We went out and did some filming. It's funny, we were down near Center City, 3 o'clock in the morning. There's gunfire less than a block away from us. Like, yep, welcome to Philly. The thing of it is, the average person would run and be scared like hell, but it's like, for Mikey and I, like, yeah, okay, that's normal.
did you ever see there's a video out, I think it's still on YouTube, when who all went? Lawrence and the Phantom, and anyway, a bunch of them all got together in Philadelphia,
Mm-hmm.
and they were going to fly. And their rendition was, and I think Billy Kyle was there. And what happened is all of a sudden they heard this screaming, and it was Michael running across the parking lot. Hey!
Oh yeah.
And afterwards, I guess he went up and hugged everybody. And afterwards, they went to a restaurant, and Michael just went crazy in there in the restaurant. Just had everybody laughing and going on and on. And he reached over and he took, I think it was Billy Kyle's pickle, and licked it. And put it back on. But that's Michael.
Yeah, he's a pretty neat guy. I could not live where he lives, so he lives in a row home down this skinny little street, for as protective and anal retentive as I am about, especially like Justin said, my truck. Yeah, I couldn't do it. You got to park your car up on the sidewalk, halfway in the sidewalk, and yeah.
Well, Rodney, I think it's Rodney had a question in the chat. I think it's because you haven't provided him with an updated one that probably wore the other one out.
Yeah.
But Matthew's not wearing his hat anymore. So Paul Hodges looks like he's ready to go hunting. He's going to be hiding in the blind or something. Isn't that a hunting hat?
Yeah.
Camo
Actually,
hat.
what I'm at right now, 2 roads north of here is where my sister lives.
Oh, that's kind of a what I would call a double negative. You've got your fluorescent vest with the stripes on it, and then you're wearing a camo hat. It's like, what are you hiding?
Well, 1 road north of here is where I go hunting deer.
Oh, okay. Speaking of deer, you haven't seen any along the road, have you?
Well, I haven't seen anything.
The other day, when that was hilarious, Ron was driving back from work, and it was like Dr. Doolittle travels,
Oh my God. Started out with turkey, 2 different types of eagles.
You said you even saw a burro or something.
Yeah, I saw a donkey. Seagulls. I don't know where the hell they were definitely on a wrong turn from somewhere.
And one eagle eating another big bird, and
yep.
Well, it's funny around here. Really, the only time of day you see deer is either first thing in the morning or just before dark. During the day, you never see them hardly around here.
Well, I think that they're automatically drawn to Ron, that's why he's makes such a good guide, because he takes people out and then he uses the force to bring the critters in.
Should go take another peek and see if they're there.
You need an outdoor cam that you can just dial up.
Yeah, I do.
Mac,
Justin, you're breaking up. We got about 3 symbols out of whatever the statement you just made.
I think I'm gonna buy the
Yeah.
Sharpen AI.
Matt got his package today after.
Matt got his package today after, and then it stopped.
So Matt got his.
Matt got his.
Hey guys, tell me if you can see a difference. It might be a little difficult because of the watermark. But I said, I think the camera focused more on the board
Right.
on the top of the garage roof, and the bird looked a little soft, but tell me if you can see a difference. Here is the original. Oops, nope, hold on, wrong one.
Yep, there's the original.
There's the original. Now look at the eyes and around the beak and the head of the bird.
Yeah.
It's okay, but it's kind of soft. God, I wish I could. Now,
Can you guys hear me now?
Now,
Damn it.
let me tell me if you can. It might be hard through the watermark, but tell me if you can. I can. But I think it looks a lot more sharp. I can really see the details around the eye. Can you guys see a difference?
yeah, well, you suffer from what everybody that is a professional eye. I have to keep telling myself sometimes. I keep editing and editing and editing my videos, and I know that the average person's going to go through and say, "Oh, that's a great video," But I'm trying to get it just perfect because it's what I see, and that's the same thing.
That's like my Florida video, from the trip.
Yeah.
I put it together too fast, and a week after it was done, I'm like, oh, I wish I would have done this. I wish I would have done that. Added that photo or that video clip or whatever. But
yeah, we're really, in the eyes of the beholder is always toughest on the beholder. When you're trying to relate something to other people, they are not as critical because they're seeing it for the first time.
yeah.
Where we know what it looked like and what it should look like and what it doesn't look like.
Yeah.
Okay, Rodney says he's guessing going to get back to work. Have a great day, my friends. You betcha, Rodney. Thanks for being here. Justin's in, Justin's out. Justin's back. Turn it all about. 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
I just
Do the
went by,
hokey pokey.
a place there that had a couple Trump signs out front of by the road.
Well, you know what I get a kick of? There's some, I'd say she's probably in her 50s or 60s. She walks by the teeny bar every day with a great big flag over her shoulder, waving. It says Trump won every day.
Oh yeah.
And, everybody's got an opinion of whether it was stolen or whatever, one way or
Normal in Florida.
but I give her a lot of credit. Day in and day out, there she goes. Speaking of which, I wonder how my little martini
Not sure if it's the next road I gotta go north. That was Black's Lane. I gotta looking for a road called Dewart. I should have had the drone with me. There's a whole bunch of windmills down here.
Well, here's the latest thing.
If you guys can hear me, Matt got it.
I'm going to share this pop-up. Now, I'm not buying this.
After he accused him.
I'm not going to buy this, so don't get excited if Lenny happens to be watching, but I'm going to screen share something here. It's an ad that popped up on my browser. It's a net you put around your door. And so you put the window down and you have the net so the bugs don't come in.
Hey, whatever happened to that $200 Air 2 or whatever that you were looking at?
No, I got canceled. But see that, Paul?
Oh yeah.
And it supposedly you can't cut it, you can't rip it. It's called a window socks, SOX.
Oh, I saw that the other day.
Yep. Put it over your door. It stretches out.
Well, Matt got his package today after he accused. Because he accused me yesterday of not sending it.
We only heard about half a quarter of that, Justin.
Yeah, we heard the giggle.
I said Matt got his package today after he accused me of not sending it yesterday.
Oh, okay. So how long did it take to get there?
He sent me a picture this morning.
But how
About
long did
2.5
it
weeks.
went 2.5 weeks? Wow.
Yeah, roughly. Last time it took a month before he got the envelope. We'll see how long Tim's takes to get there.
What are you doing?
Oh, here it is, the road I need. Gotta turn and go north now. I gotta. Yep, it said Dewart and Yerker. Yep, that's where I want to go. I still live here.
We're gonna take care of it tomorrow, I promise, okay? Mia's over
Back in
there
a
scooching around on the rug. Mia's one of the few dogs that I've had in my lifetime that, you know, I got her when she was 7 years old, so she's got this gland impacting thing. So every once in a while, I have to take her in to have her gland squeezed. Otherwise, they scooch around trying to do it themselves on the carpet, and it doesn't work.
Oh, yeah.
It's got to be uncomfortable because it's impacted, you know? Yes, tomorrow morning, honey. Tomorrow morning. So Paul, I might be a little bit later tomorrow morning. My appointment's at 8:30 with Mia.
Yeah, tomorrow's Friday, right?
Yep.
Yeah, see, Saturday morning probably won't be around. Well, you know, 'cause you don't go on to about 9:30. But 11 o'clock, I have to be in Tilsonburg with my trailer. And I have to empty it, but pick up a bunch of fence posts, eh?
Oh, with fence posts, huh? Yeah, because you're doing a fence, right?
Yeah, for my sister, but we found a place that got a real good deal on fence posts, so. But they're selling them pretty cheap, so they're going pretty fast. So, anyways, I been talking with them, and I told them I'd be there Saturday morning, 11 o'clock for them. So they're holding them. I have 25 of them, so. I don't know where they got them from, but they're 9
Yeah,
feet.
that'll make a big difference, but you've got to, now, are they just the kind you just drive into the ground, or are they the kind where you got to cement them down?
No, they're just a round cedar post.
Okay,
They got a point on them.
yep.
So, oh crap! I'm down to 20% on the battery already, and I don't have a cord here to charge up. Oh well. Anyway,
Well-
I should be in Muirkirk in about 5 minutes. Hopefully.
Yeah. Okay. Ron, how are you, when is your truck thing going?
My truck thing, I'm not sure what you're
At
referring.
the store.
Oh, 10:30.
10:30, okay. So that's about 12:30 our time.
Yeah.
I just didn't want you to run into where you didn't have enough time to get ready to go or whatever.
Yeah. No, it's, I'm gonna go down and work out here in a little bit in the garage. It's actually not very cold out today.
Yeah, I think what we're gonna do is, we're gonna probably close it down in not too long from now because, Justin's cutting in and out, Paul's battery's going down and you've got things you gotta do.
Yep.
Adrian's internet infected my phone.
Adrian's internet infected your phone.
What happened?
Ron
You let
says
him on the line.
you never know about Adrian, right, Ron?
Ain't that the truth?
Okay, everybody in the
Internet
chat.
spreads like COVID.
Bob, Casey, good morning. Sorry, we're just getting ready to leave, Bob, but thanks for being here. We're going to be on again tonight after 5 o'clock. So we'll see everybody again this evening. Take care.
See you guys.
And Justin is going to sing us off with his little robot voice.
No, he's not. He left.
He's gone.
All right,
Okay,
bud.
everybody.
See you guys.
Thanks for being here. We'll see you all again soon.